All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second segment of the podcast today. And I'm here in the studio with Rachel, Marco, Ainamatsiko, Atuhaire.
Yes.
Tell us about the Atuhaire name.
I don't need to tell anything, Vinny.
Okay, let's get into it. I mean, I've known you for quite some time. I think I've seen you develop as a basketball player.
That's right.
I am
that's
like,
true.
what? I'm 60, I'm making 67 this year. You're about over 25 or something.
Yeah.
I've seen you develop. I'm like a big brother to you.
Yes, you are.
Why did you fall in love with basketball? What caught your attention in particular?
I must say what caught my attention was the fact that everyone thought this game was for cool people.
Was that in high school?
Yes, in high school.
What school?
I was in St. Mary's Chitende for 6 years, and it's a school known for all sports.
Yeah.
And trust me, I tried all the sports from soccer, netball, volleyball, and basketball was that one sport I was never trying because it was for the cool guys.
Yeah.
But then there was something that kept, all these other teams I went to, it never sunk with me. It didn't sit well until I was like, you know what, let me try basketball. Then we had a coach called Walker.
Obedi.
That guy.
Yeah.
He was so tough.
That was in senior what?
I was like in my senior one when we had Coach Walker.
Yeah.
So he was always shouting, but then he was a good coach. That one time I went to play basketball for inter-house competition, he was like, yo, why don't you come and train with us?
First, you had handles, you could lay up, you could shoot.
No, I had the size. I had the size then, and I was tall, and I had the energy compared to all the other girls who were trying to play it.
Yeah.
So it's like, the problem, you young girls, you don't want to run. Oh, you're like this, but you should come. And just like that, I dropped from football because football was too much for me. Volleyball, I struggled to understand it up to now. So I was left with netball because I still had the height. So when I joined for the inter-house, it's like, you'll be good, you should train. And that's how I picked up my love, because one, I was like, oh, I'm now going to be cool. And if you know me, you know I love to be cool. So
of course.
here I am now, serving the game.
Tell us about that first day on the basketball courts. I mean, I believe you used to train in the evening, right?
Yes.
I mean, you woke up in the morning and you're like, I am going to the court today. Did you have sneakers or something?
I didn't have sneakers. I didn't have basketball shoes. I had a random short that was, I don't know, pedo. You know something called pedo? I had something like a pedo. And I went without shoes. Then Walker was like, what do you want? Okolachiwano? I'm like, you said I can come and play. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with young girls. You can't sit there. So I sat and I started to see people come wearing shoes. So I was like, I borrowed shoes from someone from netball. And the first thing they did was run 8 in 1. I almost quit.
How much time did you give it to complete the 8 in 1?
Must have been 15 in 1 because I ran and ran. I think I spent 2 minutes running, just that. Because I was like, how on earth is someone running up and down like this in 8 seconds?
Yeah.
He's like, if you don't do 8 in 1, I'm going to put you on the side. And everyone was like, the sideline is worse. So I was like, you know what, let me sit out. So time for dribbling came. I can assure you that ball broke my fingers like so many times.
On day one?
Day one. Because the ball was always hitting my fingers. You're trying to receive. They're teaching you how to receive. You're putting your fingers like this. And it was a struggle. But, oh, well, here I am now. I'm a star.
I know you're a star. I still want the story, please.
Let's end there. I don't want to embarrass myself because I may say the story and someone even brings out pictures because there are pictures when I'm falling, there are pictures when I'm struggling. I didn't cry, no, I didn't cry, but it was hard. It was honestly hard. But I looked at the brighter side. The brighter side was I wasn't going to go for night prep, so I was too tired after training. Basketball was just going to go for night prep, so I went to sleep. So I was like, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
So like that, I kept in the game. But my first day was hell.
It was hell.
From Walker shouting, to the ball hitting me, to me falling, to people laughing, because basketball always had people watching.
Yeah.
Unlike other sports.
And basketball players are clowns, so
yes,
it's easy for them, your own teammates to laugh at you when you mess up on the court.
Even the fans who would be passing, our courts were outside of the school, so people going home would come, sit there, watch us, and it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
As a young girl, a teenager, you feel like people are looking, people are watching. So,
I mean, after all those challenges, what drove you to go back to the basketball court the following day?
what drove
Was
me?
it the friends or something?
No, I didn't have friends then in basketball. My friends were still in netball. But what drove me was the coach, Walker. He said, he used to speak a lot of Luganda. He didn't know Luganda, but he would.
He did not Luganda.
No, he didn't know so much Luganda. Like,
Yeah.
so he's like, Ategwe, incha, kera wano. So as confused, he meant tomorrow be here by 5.
Yeah.
I came at 6. Coach made me run. He's like, what do you mean you're coming at 6? Are you from Masaka? People are coming from the dormitory. It was basically run until, or else I'm not putting you on the team.
On the team, yeah.
So like that, I kept on wanting to know, but why is this man like this? Because I have that thing about me. I want to know, why does someone behave a certain way?
Yeah.
Why does he do this? Why is he doing this? Why is he shouting? I was even asking, I asked him, I'm like, you don't have to shout. I mean, I'm here. And he's like, no, you're disrespectful. Sit down. So we would have those alterations until...
And you would see the one
Yes.
questioning the coach.
Yes,
So
because
you've always been like that.
I have not always been like that, but if you know Coach Walker, you
know
had
Coach
to
Walker,
question
of
him.
course.
You have
Shouts a lot.
Yes, he
Pretends to
shouts
be
out.
pissed or something.
And then after training, he's like, now you guys are tired. Then he's calm. Then the real him comes out now.
Yeah.
He's like, don't worry, that's okay. And like that, I kept on going back. And then they said, oh, we're going to have a tournament and we're going out of school for the qualifiers. So now that's where they piqued my interest, leaving school to go and play these regionals.
So Walker selected a team
Yes.
and he picked you.
We were not many, by the way.
How many players?
I don't think we made 12. We must have been like 10.
Are there any major girls in the league right now who are your teammates back then?
Let me see. I don't remember. All of them stopped playing.
Really?
Unfortunately. Yeah. The only person who I can say I played with, she doesn't play anymore. She swims. Kezia.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
she swims now. That's
Kezia,
Wairimo.
Mrs. Otto.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one person I played with, and she swims now. Oh, Scott. But Scott was, those were in
Ruth Scott.
A-level, yes.
Yeah.
Those were in A-level. They came later when we changed the coach. We had the late Chris for our coach. Those ones come in later when I was in captain, when things had settled and I was now playing so well and enjoying the show.
Yeah.
Yes, but...
I mean, tell us about the Nationals. Game 1, you are playing Nabisunsa. Was it Nabisunsa?
Nabisunsa, I believe those days we were playing the likes of Didi, were playing the likes...
Game 1 was Nabisunsa, real talk. When you went for the Nationals for the first time.
No, I don't remember, but Nabisunsa was not in our...
In your region?
Yeah, it wasn't in our region. We would be Chitende, Chisubi High. There would be schools from the Entebbe side. I don't remember them. And we were always winning. Chitende being Chitende, we had our netballers, so we would recruit.
Yes, yes.
We would have like 5 basketballers, 6 netballers, let's go. So that way we would win those games. Because everyone else was weak. They were not like us. They were not up to it like we were. And our director being somebody who was a sports enthusiast.
Yeah, Mr. Mulindwa.
Yes, Mr. Mulindwa, he always told us, come back, I'll give you a brown envelope. So we always worked hard to get a brown envelope.
Yeah.
As a young girl coming from a tournament, and Mr. Mulindwa gives you 50,000,
I mean, in high school, that is heaven.
That was heaven.
Yeah.
So that is also one of the things that encouraged us to play more.
I mean, how is Mr. Mulindwa as a sports enthusiast, like you just said?
He's passionate. He loves to win.
I was here with Henryson. He was also in Chitende. I don't know if you were there when he was there or you had left.
I think I had left.
He told me Mr. Mulindwa was very, very tough. He only believed in results. If you're not number one, he doesn't have you in his plans.
That's right. The moment you're going for that tournament, he's going to give you 30 minutes of his time. He'll come in that meeting, and you tell him all your needs. Oh, we don't have shoes. And be like, okay, I only have one thing. I want one thing from you, the trophy. If you don't bring it, everything you've said here doesn't count, because this is my business. I give you give me.
Yeah.
As long as you can't come and say we were second or they cheated us. Why did they cheat the other team? Why is it that they cheated? So we would have those, even when you're playing and they tell you Mr. Mulindo has come to watch the game. Our opponents had to even, I don't know, be serious, because now we're going to jump them to make that we must win.
Yeah.
So we always tried so much to make sure we win. So as a sports person, he is tough. He loves his results. He is not a loser when it comes to sports.
Yeah.
And I've had the chance to experience him as a parent and as a headmaster. I would say he has 3 different characters. He's totally different at home, totally different when you're performing badly, and also extremely different when you don't have a trophy. That is him.
That's Mr. Mulindo.
Yes.
I mean, before all this, I mean, your parents took you to school to get educated. School. I mean, that's what all parents back then used to preach about. How was mommy and daddy when you told them you finally joined a sport you love? Did they support you?
No, my parents didn't support me because the teachers always had one comment for me. I love to play sports. I don't love to go to class. That was the only comment they would tell them. So they were like, what is it about this sport that can't let you study? And I'd be like, no, me, I want to play. I find peace. Like, just like any other teenager, you find reason to not
when you're happy, yes. People,
so
teenagers don't like school, that's true.
Oh, this is therapy for me. Oh, this is this. I didn't even know what therapy was then, but I chose to call it therapy. And they fought it until they didn't give up, because even at the university, they still were like, but what is wrong with you? But later, the teachers got to tell them, you know what, maybe this is the only way she will understand that she has to read if she plays these games. Let her play the games. The teachers in the games are the ones to encourage her to perform. So, like that, the sports teachers will be like, oh, but Ainamatsiko, how are you performing? They told me I'm performing badly. You're going to stop coming for sports. I'm going to stop calling you the team. So like that now, you have to work hard because they've promised to drop you this side. Yeah. Yes, because if it came from the sports teacher, it was different. If it came from my class teacher, it was my class teacher doesn't like me. Yeah. So like that, they found a balance, and I balanced my life out.
I mean, something women. I mean, it's very good you're the women's commissioner in courts. Something girls, like in the whole country, okay, not even in the whole country, worldwide, they have the perception of basketball, okay, sports is for the guys. I mean, I don't know if the gentlemen disturbing ladies these days do not appreciate the girls who play sports. Girls have really struggled with this. I don't know if I'm speaking your language or something. Girls struggle joining sports because of the perception sports is for the gentlemen. How did you overcome that challenge? I mean, and what would you tell girls outside there who are struggling with this?
I must say I have a special character. I'm assertive, and I don't like for someone to feel like they can dictate on who does this and who does that. Yeah. So even when we were joining basketball, it wasn't, oh, you step on court. The boys were like, you senior ones, get off. You young.
It was the boys chasing the guy.
Even you find that a senior one boy is telling you, you senior ones, go there. I'm like, no, this court is for all of us, unless I'm wrong. So I have that character that does not believe in someone taking advantage of you. So I feel that's what helped me. And it's not a character everyone has, but as a sportsman, for you to thrive, for other girls out there, you have to learn to fight for your space. I mean, the space may be as thin as this, but you must find a way to fit in that space. Yeah. That's what I did. I fought to fit in the space. Even when the people were like, you can't run 18-8, they're going to keep making us run, don't come back tomorrow, the reason we are running. Yeah. I still came back, I still didn't make the 8 seconds, and we still ran as a team. Yeah. Because guess what? They had to teach me that game. Yeah. I had to learn it by force. So I have that thing, and it's a special thing that someone should have for the right reasons. It shouldn't be for the wrong reasons. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
the people struggling outside there, what would you tell them? It's a challenge. It's a major challenge. By that, I know people who love the sport, even just coming to watch a basketball game, they're like, but basketball, I love it, but I played it in high school, but now I think I'm going to Lugogo. What do people say? Boy, I love sports. Am I a guy? I would tell them to, you can talk to someone, because sometimes even when I tell you to, like, you have to do like this, it won't work out that way. So sometimes you'd have to find someone who is like a cheerleader. You need a cheerleader.
most of those girls find someone who is your cheerleader. I mean, I'll come to you and I'm like, hey, Vinny, I went to court today, but those guys, they did ABC. You'll be like, those people like that. You know what, when you go tomorrow, do this, don't give up.
Yeah.
Each time you have someone who tells you, who pats you in the back and they're like, don't give up, it's a good thing. It makes you feel like, oh, I can still do this. If you can't do that, you need to pray about it. I'm a Christian, so I'm a strong believer in prayer.
Amen.
Pray about it. Maybe you're in the wrong spot. And maybe you can find something else you can do. And if that fails, then, I don't know, find something that you can do that will attach you to that sport apart from playing. For example, you know about my playing career and you know how it went. So when I realized I actually wasn't going to become any coach's favorite, I was like, but why don't I go and be an admin? I mean, I love basketball, but I failed to convince these coaches that I can actually play. Yeah. Why don't I actually go and try and be an admin? Yeah. That's when I was like, oh, let me go and be women commissioner. And by the time I came to sports, it wasn't a position that very many people were looking at. Yeah. We were 2 candidates. So it is something that I do in the game that I love. I may not play, but I get to be around something that I love. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, are there, during your high school career, I mean, those are the times, I mean, as a kid, when you learn something as a kid, it sticks forever.
Yes, that's true.
During that time of your career in high school and everything, are there any people who made your career worth your while? I mean, you've talked about Obedi Walker, I mean, Coach Obedi Walker, Mr. Lawrence Mulindwa. Are there any other people who impacted on you positively?
Yes. My next coach after Walker was Chris.
The late Chris, yeah.
Yes. He came around, and when he came, he saw me, he's like, you're so playful. I don't know, will you ever play? And I was like, I don't know. So he always told me, Ainamatsiko, mzanyo munji. Don't. I have said run, you're there. He's talking, I'm talking. He says do the right layup, I'm doing the left. I was just doing the opposite thing. So he told me the only way you're going to learn this game is when you listen to your coach. Yeah. And he's the one person who always reminded me, Ainamatsiko, listen. Like, even when he's talking and I'm listening, he will still tell you, listen. Like, he really, really impacted me. Yeah. But then when I left school, I went to Raise Life. That's where I picked up from to, try and improve my basketball. Yeah. And there I met Naja. Juko Naja, yes. Yeah. And I know he thinks I've forgotten, but Naja and those Raise Life guys.
This is Gordon.
Gordon, Hudson, Naja. There were so many.
The Odong boys.
Odong, Mulongo. Yeah. There's Danny. There are so many. Yeah. Those boys had an impact on my life that Naja actually committed himself to coaching me every morning at 9 a.m.
And it was for free?
For free. No amount of money I can tell you I ever paid. Not even a glass of water. He said, come in the morning, I'll teach you how to shoot, I'll teach you how to lay up. Because I told him when I go to the university, I want to join a university team. He's like, okay, we have 6 months. Here is what you're going to do. You're going to do like this. You will come every morning. And committed every morning, 9 a.m. Naja would wake up from his bed, come, teach us layups with so many players that I see here in the league shining. Yeah. I wonder how I'm not still playing with them when we were training together. Yeah. I see Bale Fayed. Fayed came when I was literally older than that guy. He came, I saw him start, and now I see him shining.
Is on the national team?
Yes, the other day I was like, Fayed, this can't be you. Those are people we trained with Coach Naja. So Naja, then there is VINNIE. After that, I met Coach VINNIE at Amazon Rhino, my first club. So those people in that order impacted my life and helped me understand basketball and grasp everything that I have now. Yeah. From then, I picked up
and here you are.
Here I am.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end of the second segment. For the viewers outside there, please do not forget to subscribe. The link there, just click on it. So we'll see you in the last segment.